Welcome to the City Show. Pat O'Melia here. You concerned resident there. It is the post-election. It's all done pretty much. There are some legal challenges. We'll go into that today. But for the most part, I don't think there'll be a big change in anything. But some of the things we're going to talk about today, topics, we're going to talk about the new COVID-19 vaccine. That's 90% effective. We should be having that today, I would hope. Biden going forward, Trump's legal efforts, and legal weed. But one thing I want to talk about right now is the New Jersey Motor Vehicle Commission. I think it's time we privatize that. You know, there was a time it was privatized. It was all franchises, and they worked fine. And, of course, being New Jersey, there was something illegal done, so knee-jerk reaction, we took all the franchises away and made it State Department. There is no business that has taken 4 months to reopen from COVID like motor vehicle. No restaurant, no bar, no factory, no whatever business. They open, they are functional, businesses that deal with the public, they're dealing with the public. The only one that had the problem, motor vehicles. Long line. This has been going on for months and months. There's no light at the end of this tunnel. There is an absence of management when it comes to the motor vehicle. And I think the state's always talking about privatizing things to maximize money. Remember how we privatized the lottery? We leased that out for 10 years. That really worked out well there. In the case of motor vehicles, I think we do need to privatize that so it can function. Private industry can run it better than the state of New Jersey. The state of New Jersey has proven day after day after day after day it can't run motor vehicles. It is a disaster there. So it's time we look at privatizing that, and maybe we can make some money on it. All right, we're going to break for commercial. You're watching The City Show. I'll be right back.
Burns Brothers Memorials, Monuments, and Markers, 787 Tunley Avenue, Jersey City. Hudson County's only monument maker, serving all faiths and cemeteries. Design studio and large inventory on site. Cemetery inscriptions and custom orders welcome. Burns Brothers Memorials, Monuments, and Markers, 787 Tunley Avenue, just south of Secaucus Road. Craftsmanship that will last for all eternity. Burns Brothers, Jersey City, Albert H. Hopper, North Arlington. Visit us on the net. Consumer Carpets, 3408 Kennedy Boulevard in the Jersey City Heights, your one-stop store for residential and commercial floor treatments, carpeting, linoleum, tiles, laminates, hardwood floors, area rugs, remnants, all major brands, all in stock. Free estimates, same-day installation. Consumer Carpets, it's savings, selection, installation. Credit cards and debit cards accepted. Financing available. Consumer Carpets, price to fit your budget, installation to fit your schedule. On the net at consumercarpets.com. Consumer Carpets, Jersey City, 201-792-2712.
We're back. City Show. Pat O'Melia here. You concerned resident there. Why we do this show? You're concerned. For you people in Jersey City, going to the motor vehicle for a minute, we used to have one on Central Avenue. The guy Menendez ran it. And I think he's still selling insurance on Central Avenue, Jersey City. You got in and out of that place with no problem. And that was way before, the type of computers we have today. It worked. I think we made a mistake with the lottery. I don't think you'll make a mistake by privatizing the motor vehicles. Biden is the man. Well, I hope he is. When Trump won, people said, well, he's not my president. Well, Trump was your president, and so was Biden. So we all got to hope that Joe Biden does the right thing. We'll get into Biden in the second segment. What's more important is Pfizer, Jersey-based, by the way, has announced that its COVID-19 vaccine is 90% effective. That is great news. That's better than the flu shot. I think the flu shot is like 50% effective. 90%. Roll this blank out right now. I don't want to hear about waiting for it. This is ready. Get it out now. Warp speed, whatever Trump called that thing. You got the military involved, and Trump was going to have it at the Rite Aids and the Walgreens and the CVS's and your local doctor and the pharmacies, all that sort of thing. Who are the people that handle the flu shot so it makes sense? Cuomo in New York, why politics are so friggin' cesspool and corrupt here. He thought we should wait until Biden's the president. You want to kill some more people? If it's ready, let's get it out now. I'll be the first guy. Send it to Rite Aid. I'll be the first guy. Well, now it's Walgreens on Central. Send it there. I will be the first guy to take the shot. Actually, I understand it's 2 shots. We don't want to wait 6 months from now to get this. I don't want to hear this in springtime. President Trump, if this is your last official act, get the vaccine out. I think we agreed to buy like $2 billion worth of this stuff already, and there's another pharmaceutical that is working right along with Pfizer on the same vaccine. So possibly within the next couple of weeks, it's here. It's here for them. Get it out to us. I don't want to get sick. Murphy, we roll back so many more of these COVIDs here. Right now in Jersey, no indoor dining or bars after 10 p.m. No sitting at the bar at all. The bar stools are gone. You can drink in the bar at a table, provided there's a plexiglass. We've knocked out sports up to the high school level. These are all the steps that are to be taken because we're upticking again, and the colder weather is coming. Now, COVID really hit in February, March of last year. The flu season comes in. I guess the COVID-19 is still hanging around. We're very susceptible to it. Let's go with it now. Get it out to the people. If this thing is 90%, I don't know what kind of test on any kind of medicine that prove results like this, 90% effective. Let's go with this. I've managed to avoid COVID-19. I wear the mask. I forget it a lot, but I go back to the car and get it. I wear the gloves. We sanitize. We take the steps here. All the guys that work in the studio at the height of the COVID, we split the studios so we didn't have too many people working in one spot. We got tons of sanitizer and mask in here. We got the automatic thermometer, looks like a ray gun. We've taken all the steps. We've been lucky here in the studio with all our people that we abide it, and we take the precautions. We know what to do here to try to lessen the effects and the possibility of catching COVID-19. But if there's an effing vaccine out there that we could get our hands on in the next couple of weeks, just a matter of manufacturing it, get it out. I don't want to wait for Biden. I don't want to be like that screwball in New York, Cuomo, saying we should wait until Biden's the president. Yeah, let's wait. Let's wait another couple of months. I don't know how many more people die. I think Murphy was talking about 12 people just died in New Jersey. Yeah, that's 2 months. We're losing 10, 12 people a day in New Jersey. Yeah, I guess that's acceptable to Cuomo. Get it out. We're manufacturing it here in Jersey. And I know how it's going to work. It's going to be first responders, hospital people, nurses, hopefully talk show hosts are in there somehow. But, at least if it's being made in Jersey, get Jersey in the front of the line here. If it's manufactured here, it's easy to dispense it. We got lots of Rite Aid, CVS, Walgreens, doctors, Jersey City Medical Center. We're set to go. All the clinics, the medical center here, just get it to us. I'll put my arm out there. And I won't have to worry about COVID-19, and you won't. 90% effective? That's amazing. All right, you're watching The City Show. We're going to break for commercial. I'll be right back.
Stevens Jersey City Ford, located right off of NJ 440 North. Across the Hudson Mall is your one-stop for all your automotive needs. Check out Ford's latest models like the 2020 Ford Fusion with its stylish looks and hybrid options, or the unparalleled high-performance 2020 Ford Mustang. The 2020 Ford F-150 Raptor is ready for those rugged off-road terrains with trail control. Need a mid-sized truck for your towing and hauling? The 2020 Ford Ranger will deliver. The 2020 Ford Escape is a luxury SUV that was made for comfort and adventure on the go. Returning is Ford's legendary Bronco, which takes you back to the true meaning of off-roading. They are now available for pre-order in our showroom or on our website. Let us help you find your next vehicle. Stevens Jersey City Ford, 201-432-7272.
We're back. City Show here. Pat O'Melia, you there? Before I move on to Biden, we'll hit COVID-19 again. With the closing indoor dining at 10 o'clock and indoor drinking at 10 o'clock, it gets a little chilly this time of year, so you're not going to do a lot of outdoor. I got to give props to Mayor Phillip, who said last week that, it isn't like COVID-19 only comes out after 10 o'clock. And he's right. I don't understand the hours with the restaurants. I don't think anybody's catching COVID from eating. Now, the booze, the bar situation, I fully understand that. You know, you got a couple in there, you start forgetting the mask and all, and the poor bartender's right in front of the guy. So that I get. Indoor, and I know Newark just slammed down today in Newark, closing businesses at 9 o'clock during the week, 10 o'clock on the weekends. You know, Russ Baraka out there just dropped the hammer. The election going forward, President Biden, and I'm sure on the 20th of January, it will be President Biden, no matter what legal challenges. There's just too many states in play to challenge them all. Pennsylvania, I could see that one being turned around, but the rest of the states, I don't think so. Now that we have a vaccine for COVID-19, 90% effective, Biden, you just got to pick up whatever Trump is leaving off on getting it out to the people. So that doesn't have to be his focus now. We have the vaccine. I don't know if it's going to be free to everybody. Whatever it is, it's out there. Get it out there. What Biden needs to focus on is the economy, the main thing. Yeah, I'm an economy guy. If the economy is doing good, everybody's doing good. We were, before COVID-19, we were rolling like never before. Your 401ks, your stocks were doing well. Interest rates were low. Record unemployment, the lowest unemployment numbers ever recorded in the United States. We were rocking and rolling until COVID hit. Whatever was in place that Trump did prior to COVID-19, Biden has got to stay with it because it works. We've seen it. We experienced it. We enjoyed it. Businesses were doing well. People were out shopping. Money was moving back and forth. You can't ask for a better economy than we were enjoying coming out of 2019. It was amazing. There were no collection calls. Everybody had money. They were paying their bills. Everybody was working. You can't ask for more. When everybody's working, there's less crime. There's less reason to steal. You know, there's food on the table, a paycheck every week. That's really what it's all about. That makes the whole nation work. You're working, you're paying your bills, your kids are going to school, you don't have the money issues. Whatever is in place or was in place prior to COVID-19, leave it there. Whatever the tax breaks were, whatever the executive orders were, continue with China, with the tariffs. You know, for years and years, we were on the short end of that. You know, now hopefully we're not on the short end. We've been getting more money from China. These are the things we need to do. One of the things we need to stay away from, and when you're listening to de Blasio in New York City, he thinks Biden is going to be a January Santa Claus. If Biden goes out and starts bailing out these mismanaged cities and states, that's New York City, definitely want to mismanage. I know Murphy was talking about it too. He's hoping that Biden will come in and cure all the financial ills. Again, I want to say I keep bringing up Fulop. Fulop managed to keep the city of Jersey City's budget flat, no tax increases. The autonomous agency beat us over the head, the MUA, with an 18% increase, but he managed to keep his budget stable without going into the pockets, municipally anyway, of the people. So it can be done. You know, the government doesn't have to come in and bail out mismanaged states or cities. And the reason I bring this up is I'm not the guy that's going to pay this. I got maybe another good 10 years in me if my knees hold up. My kids will. Your kids will be the ones who will have to pay this back and suffer the consequences of having such a debt that, you can almost guarantee if we start dropping billions and trillions around, we'll go into recession. Should there be another stimulus? Yes. Can we help the people? I think we should do that. Can we help business, small business? Do I need to bail out Boeing and all? I don't think so. Like I said, I got 10 years in. My kids got probably another 30 years of working. They're the ones that'll be hurt. Your kids will be the ones that get hurt if he turns out to be a January Santa Claus Biden. And that's really scary. Once we get the vaccine, we get the economy going, we should all be able to get back on your feet. Anybody who needs help, we should give help. But bailing out states and cities, That's long-term money that your kids are going to have to pay back. All right, we're going to break for commercial. You're watching The City Show. I'll be right back.
Good Friend Self-Storage in North Bergen, New Jersey is a fully climate-controlled facility equipped with state-of-the-art security, packing supplies, a Refer a Friend program, and multiple loading docks convenient for commercial use. Located just off of Route 3 at 4301 Tunnelly Avenue, Route 1 and 9. Call 201-867-2444 or visit us on the web today. Good Friend Self-Storage. Let us be your good friend.
The Jersey City Medical Center. You know it for its award-winning, life-saving ambulance service. It's also your health hub, with health and wellness locations staffed with certified professionals all through Hudson County. The Jersey City Medical Center, here to help you with your healthy, here when you need us the most. The Jersey City Medical Center. Visit us on the net to learn more. Jersey City Medical Center, Robert Wood Johnson, Barnabas Health Facility. Let's be healthy together.
We're back. City Show here. Pat O'Melia. President Trump. Now, people are saying President Trump should concede the election, stop the legal challenges. I understand why. And you or I, if we feel we're being cheated, you want to do everything possible to make sure you're not cheated. So I don't begrudge him for challenging results. Now, you want a fair and open election. So I can't blame him. But it's not only Trump's election that has to be challenged in a lot of these states. I think there were 15 House races still to be decided. And in those 15 House races, I think 10 of those races, the Republicans are leading. The Republicans as a whole did very well in this election. They're probably they're gonna hold on to the Senate, I believe. They're going to pick up seats in the House. So I don't know where Pelosi is going to be after all is said and done. But Trump has to continue the effort to make sure it is a fair election and all the legal votes are counted. Now, I use the legal votes. I know everybody's using that as a buzzword. I'm from Hudson County. We have had a long history of election shenanigan. We have people right now, I believe in Hoboken, still serving time for filling out absentee ballots and bundling, that sort of thing. There's stories over the years of, various politicians working the nursing homes, filling out the absentee ballots for the residents of the nursing homes. So all that stuff is legitimate. It has happened. So anybody is saying, well, there's not a problem with mail-in ballots, isn't being truthful. There's problems all through the absentee ballots for years and years and years. And like I said, harvesting the ballots out of the nursing homes and the senior citizen buildings, and what happened in Hoboken recently, this is legitimate. These things happen. And I'm sure, as President Trump presses his legal challenge, there's too many states to help the president. But in those states, there are races involved for the House and the Senate. So he needs to push that effort. Now, like I said earlier, Pennsylvania, I'm sure that's going to be turned around. Pennsylvania broke their own laws, let alone, is there a question of fraud there? I don't know about Georgia. I don't know about Michigan with the president. But there are races still going on in many of these states where there are questions about how the ballots have been handled, how they've been counted. You see ballot counting where they're putting paper on the windows so nobody can watch. The transparency has to be there, and that's what's lacking. So I can appreciate what Trump is doing there, but there's going to be a lot of changes coming out of this election. I can see somewhere down the line, maybe in the next election, the presidential one, where we'll do this from an app on our phone, where we'll put our fingerprint there or a retinal scanner or something like that to prove who is there. A full walk-in election, as we're used to, I don't know if that's ever going to come back. We had a record amount of votes cast, and I spoke to a guy this weekend who never voted in his life. He's in his 50s. Now, 61 years old. Never voted till this year. He got a ballot. Well, let me fill this out. It was in front of him, so we did it. But not only that, he got 2 other ballots in his name. So basically, I don't know if he filled out all 3, but there were a tremendous amount of problems with the ballots. The Trump effect. How polls are conducted in the nation is going to change. it astonishes me that the company that did the polling on the presidential election was so far off. I mean, they weren't even on the planet with their numbers, where it was a landslide. Biden's up 18%. Didn't happen. For that matter, I guess if you were to go to the map in the red and blue states, there's probably more red states that went for Trump than blue states that went to Biden. But the thing, Biden took the big states. That's why you have to have the electoral college, or New York and California would rule if you just went popular vote. Nobody else would have to vote. California and New York, with their huge populations, they would control all the elections. Trump didn't win. But I think his coattails are going to take a lot of other Republicans across the line. And there are a lot of things that, not just the Trump effect. Yeah, I'm not saying, the world went in love with Trump there. But the nation had a problem with defund the police. That was a problem. The riots in the street, that was a problem. When people were voting, they seen that. That's probably another reason why the Democrats took it over the head. I can see in the midterms in 2 years, Democrats are going to get spanked again, and it'll be anything Biden's going to try to do. You better hope he has at least the House. He probably doesn't have the Senate, but if he loses the House in the midterms, that always seems to happen. He had that pendulum effect. He's going to have a hard time getting anything done. All right, let's break for commercial. You're watching the City Show. I'll be right back.
Newport, the luxury waterfront community on the Hudson River, offers the quality of life you deserve in 10 high-rise rental towers with amenities such as the on-site Newport Path subway, light rail and ferry service, Newport Town Square, 3 playgrounds, dog run, upscale restaurants, retail giants like Sears, JCPenney, Macy's, and Target. Morton Williams Supermarket is just outside your front door. A health and fitness club, spa, skating rink, and medical facilities are also on site. NewportNJ.com. Enjoy the New York skyline from Newport Town Square. Manhattan is just one path stop away or quick ride through the Holland Tunnel. Nursery and private elementary schools all on site. 12-screen movie theater at the Newport Center Mall. Want to visit Newport? Stay at the Westin or Marriott Hotel. Go to NewportNJ.com for details. Newport has luxurious towers, great restaurants, shopping, New York skyline views, schools, playgrounds, a marina and yacht club, gym, spa, fine wine, fine living. It's incredible. It's you. NewportNJ.com. Newport. Live like you want.
Pan & Pinto Properties, Jersey City. Shaping the workplace with state-of-the-art office spaces that address your company desires. Building residences that define your home environment. Adjacent to all modes of transportation with on-site parking available. The right address, the right lease. Call 201-521-9000 or visit online at panandpintoproperties.com. Pan & Pinto Properties, building Jersey City for everyone.
We're back. City Show. Pat O'Melia here. You there? Weed is legal. Marijuana, doobies, Mary Jane, whatever you want to call it. It is legal in New Jersey. We just got to do some dotting the I's, crossing the T's, so you can go out and buy it. They got to figure out the distribution. You're going to have to get these municipalities on board. Jersey City, Mayor Fulop, he keeps popping into my shows, Mayor Fulop. He doesn't want to become the weed dealer for New York. Supposedly what's happening with legal betting, you can bet on sports here. For that matter, last week on football, I went 7-7, but I went 3 out of 4 on the FanDuel. Supposedly people are taking the path, coming to Exchange Place, or Grove Street, whichever, placing their bets on FanDuel, getting back on the path and going to New York. Supposedly, if we have legal weed in New Jersey and it's not legal in New York, same thing is going to happen. People are going to come over to Jersey, score their weed, and go back over. I have a hard time believing that because weed man usually delivers he was like, weed delivery guy was better than DoorDash isn't as good as the weed delivery guy. You want to get weed, you send your text, the weed guy pops up, he's got his bag, you give him the money, off you go. Should we decriminalize it? Well, it's obviously it's legal, and right now on the books, you can go to jail and get locked up for having marijuana in your possession. Got a couple doobies in your pocket, you might have a problem. So I say we decriminalize it. But do we make the decriminalizing retroactive? I don't know if we ever did that. When we raised the speed limit from 55 to 65, we didn't squash all the tickets that were given out for anybody who went over 55. I don't know of anything where we went retroactive, going out of prohibition. We didn't, all right, the booze is legal again. We're going to forgive your fine, and we're going to let you out of jail. I don't think that happened. It was illegal when you got busted. I don't think they're going to retroactively go back and clear your record on that. I just don't think that's possible because you broke the law. Even though we changed the law now, you still broke it then. But should we decriminalize it? Listen, if it's legal in Jersey now, let's decriminalize it. You know, let's not lock some poor schmuck up who's got a couple of joints in his pocket. You know what they'll do with pot? They'll probably start off with the legal dispensaries, the medical dispensaries where you get the CBD, is it? And you get medical marijuana. Probably start with that. But you got cities like Jersey City. Right now, I don't think we're going to sell it. But it's foolish to lose the money. And what Coughlin's talking, the head of the assembly right now, is you'll have a tax on it. And he's also talking about to put a fee on it. So the municipalities can make some money on that, hopefully dedicated to property tax relief. Hoboken is working on it. So Hoboken become the weed dealer for New York, which kind of works. USEP. Talk some of the local stuff here election-wise. In Jersey City, USEP pulled out his election. It was like 5,000 votes to, I think Pat had something like, Pat Amorosa, 1,600. Cynthia was in there at around 1,300. You know, those two, Pat and Cynthia, there will be a ticket that runs against Phillip. And Pat or Cynthia will probably, there's USEP right there. Pat or Cynthia will probably wind up on that ticket. Probably go with Cynthia if she can do a lot of the legal work. So congratulations to USEP. We get to kick his tires on the USEP mobile there for a year before we have to vote for a full 4-year term. I think he's done a good job. He's been in the studio. I think once the votes are official, he'll probably come in and tape a thank you social media. USEP has already agreed to run with Mayor Phillip on his ticket for 2021. There are still 3 slots open on the Phillip ticket. 1 at large, Ward E, and Ward C. Now, I know Mayor Phillip will probably have conversations with Richie Borgiano. Actually, those 2 guys have been kind of working along lately if you look at the votes coming out of Richie. So I can see Richie possibly running with Mayor Phillip. Who runs in E? You're going to need somebody pretty good to knock off Solomon. And in that large spot, you know, in Jersey City, a lot of talk about Amy DeGeese. For that matter, I was talking to Amy DeGeese. She's going to be doing a interview show with some of the old-time politicians here, the Bill O'Days, the Jerry McCanns, the Bernie Kennys, all those guys. Getting these guys on tape before they leave either to Florida or upstairs. The art tax has been approved. Mayor Phillip pushed for that. He was thinking about dropping it because of COVID, but he went ahead with it, and it has been approved. My problem with the art tax is you're kind of forcing me to make a donation to the arts community. Let me make my own donations. And again, I know the tax isn't a lot. That's the problem with these small taxes. Not a lot tax, but when you add them up, they are a lot. All right, I'm out of show. You be good. You be safe. I'll talk to you next week. Good night.